Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shamira Benson, one part of Team Benson, and today we are going to talk about how you can get the most out of your starts if you have to purchase starts and what you should look out for. Okay guys, so I started as many plants as I possibly could in my small space little grow room, and I can still fit more in my garden. So I went and purchased a couple of starts. One of the starts being is the celery. Now, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I love to make celery salt out of my celery leaves, and then I use the stalks of them just for regular cooking. I also like to pick my celery as a cut and come again thing, so I can get a ton of celery over the growing season, which we have a pretty long growing season here in Zone 9B in Phoenix, Arizona. So that's pretty exciting. So when it comes to starts, a lot of your summer crops don't like their roots to be messed with, but a lot of times that is not the case for your fall and winter crops and like early spring for those of you guys that don't grow in the fall and winter. So things like my celery, I can get where there are multiple, you guys can see that, multiple starts in one start. So this start that cost me $3.99, that would have been $3.99 for 3 plants, now is gonna cost me $3.99 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plants. So I can get 8 celery plants out of this one little 3-pack that cost me $3.99 because I can easily break apart these roots. Now, one of the things I like to do is when I am going to be doing that, I want to really hydrate these, and I prefer to break them apart in water. So I'm going to show you guys that real quick. So this is pretty simple. All we're going to do is just take this and we're just going to swish it around in here. Now, normally I just break them apart when they're really small, but these ones have been growing for a while, so their roots are, pretty wound up in there. So you just swish it, swish it, swish it, swish it, and as you can see, they're starting to be able to, the dirt's starting to come off, to where then I can start to break them apart. So you want to be gentle, like don't go all crazy on them, because they are roots and they are alive, but you can slowly start breaking them apart. Now, if you do it underwater, a lot of times it's a little bit easier. These ones have a lot of peat moss in them, so I'm actually going to go and rinse out this water because the peat moss is getting all stuck in there. So I'm gonna pour this out and then get more fresh water. Okay, we're back. That was a lot of little pellets in there. That makes it a little bit harder to break them apart because, as you can see, all those little white things. We want to get those kind of out of there, and then we can start to see the roots. So all we're going to do is we're going to gently go in here and we're just going to start to tease them apart. So really get your fingers in there and just kind of tease them apart. We almost got our first ones. Now, if you can find starts that aren't as big as mine but still have the same amount, it makes it a lot easier to get them apart. But don't worry if you break a few, because even if you have the majority of the root system, then that's going to help pull that water in and keep your plant alive. So let's go. We're gonna let these ones soak and let's go plant this one. Now guys, the nice part about celery is that it can grow in a lot of different areas and it doesn't need a lot of space to grow. So I'm gonna grow some of my celery in pots, and then I'm also gonna grow some of my celery in some of my raised beds. So I'm gonna show you guys where I'm gonna put them. So I have some spaces, like one right there, and right there, that I'm going to plant some celery in. And then also, excuse the mess, I am going to plant celery back here too. I probably can fit 3 or 4 celery plants right back here. Okay, and to plant it, all I'm gonna do is just dig a hole, and I'm gonna dig it pretty deep because my roots are pretty deep. Just dig a hole like that, and then I want to make sure that I'm planting it at the root level. So I'm just going to put those roots in there, and then I'm just going to backfill it like that. So you can kind of just press it in there. Don't worry, the plant will take off and it will like keep itself up. So don't worry about trying to make it like super stiff, because we don't have any dirt around those roots. So the dirt is going to kind of, or the roots are going to fan out and kind of support the plant as it grows. And that's it. That's all you got to do. Now that is one of the reasons why, if I am starting things in my house and I don't have a lot of space, celery is always one that I will sacrifice not starting celery in my house and start it, or just buy it as a start, because typically I can get a lot of celery plants in those little starts, and then I just have to break them apart and I can just put them all over my garden. The hummingbirds are screaming at me because I now have their feeder and they have found it. So I hope that this video is helpful for you guys. For all of you guys that are going to go pick up starts, I hope that you can find really good ones and get them growing in your garden. And oh yeah, if you guys did the seed swap, those seeds are going to be going out tomorrow, I believe. Tomorrow or the day after. I am waiting for like 3 more people's seeds to come in, and they should be coming in today or tomorrow. But until next time, grow yourselves a garden, because even a small space can provide you with tons of food. Bye guys.